Hey, I'm Blake Mallon, co-founder and president of Liv, and this is your pre-launch strategy. You know, I'm going on nearly 18 years in this style of marketing in a variety of different roles, from being a top producing promoter in the field to leading corporate teams, to having the privilege of being the creative leader behind a marketing platform that built a $2 billion brand that I got to watch make a positive impact on over 3 million people around the world. Now, through all the things myself and my teams have done right, and the long list of hard lessons we as entrepreneurs go through, I'd like to think I have a pretty unique perspective. And in doing so, I've learned 3 core principles that I want to share. You might want to write these down. Number 1, the simpler you make this, the better it works. You see, people tend to overcomplicate. Here, let me ask you, when it comes to Liv, do you want to build a small team or a big team? People just like you or everybody? All ages, all backgrounds, all education levels, every city, state, eventually every country all around the world. If you're answering yes to those questions, then we have to teach something that all of those people can do. Number 2, the faster you go, the easier it is. Now, I know that may sound counterintuitive since usually to go faster takes more effort. But you see, this style of marketing, it runs on passion, it runs on excitement, it runs on enthusiasm. So you gotta remember that going faster is actually your friend. And number 3, people don't duplicate, but systems do. You see, every once in a while I meet somebody that gets excited and feels like they need to do their own thing or reinvent the wheel. And while what they do may end up working for them, over time they usually find out the hard way they can't teach other people to do what they did. That's why we focus on teaching a system. 5 simple steps that have been tested, refined, and proven to generate the results you're looking for in your Liv business. So before we get into the how, let's set some goals. Starting with, what's on your personal Liv list? No, really, what are some things you want to do? What are some places you want to go? Some experiences that you want to create? You see, if we want to inspire others to stop waiting and start living, well, that starts with us being inspired ourselves. So take a minute and write down at least 3 things that are on your personal list. Now, if you're watching this right now, I'm assuming you're a Liv promoter, which means you also have some financial goals tied to your Liv business. How much income do you want to be making per month through your Liv side gig over the next 90 days? Write down the goal. How about 1 year from today? Write down that number right now. And lastly, let's cast our vision out 3 years from today. Let's define that goal. Now, once you have your goals for monthly income over 90 days, 1 year, and 3 years, I want you to ask yourself the real question. How many hours per week are you willing to carve out of your existing schedule to make those goals a reality? And lastly, why are we doing this? No, really, why are we doing this? I want you to take a minute and define your reason why. You know your reason why is good when you got something that'll motivate you to go build your Liv business, even in those days and those times where you don't feel like it. Take a moment and define your why. Now, I want to make sure you understand that those are not rhetorical questions. I literally want you to define those goals. And once you do so, take a minute and share them with your upline leadership team. So now that we have a vision of where we're going, let's focus on our next step. Your goal over the next 30 days is to go Rising Star. Say it with me, Rising Star. What's a Rising Star? A Rising Star is the recognition status we give to somebody that achieves the rank of Bronze in your first 30 days. A Bronze has 3 active promoters and $2,000 in GQV throughout your team. Now, we have a special promotion running during pre-launch we call Rising Star Accelerator that rewards you for going Rising Star even faster. Accomplish Rising Star in your first 30 days and we're going to reward you with 300 Liv credits that you can apply to your first Liv List experience. Accomplish Rising Star by your 4th Thursday, you're going to get an extra $50 bonus above our compensation plan on that weekly commission. Do it by your 3rd Thursday, you'll get an extra $100 bonus, and do it by the end of your 2nd Thursday, and you got an extra $200 coming your way on that weekly check. Now simply pause for a moment and take that in. You see, your startup cost to become a Liv promoter was probably around $400. Now, I just told you that by going Rising Star by your 2nd Thursday, you're gonna earn between $400 and $500 in cash and get 300 Liv credits toward your first experience. How is that for a path to profitability? Oh, and by going Rising Star, you will have also just qualified for our Liv Free program, which says any month that you personally enroll 3 new promoters, your next month Liv membership is absolutely free. So I want you to make a decision right now. How fast do you want to go Rising Star? And now I'm going to give you 5 simple steps on just how to do it. Step number 1, go social. Log into your Instagram, Facebook, and other social media accounts and connect with Liv Corporate, myself and Nick, and your upline team leaders. Make sure you add yourself to our special pre-launch Facebook group by going to fbgroup.meetliv.com and follow and use our hashtags LivList and LivMoments. So after we're connected, you're going to want to share your excitement with your friends on social media by making your first Liv post. Here's an example of what you might say. I just found out about a great platform to turn my bucket list into a Liv list. I'm helping pre-launch it. Comment yes if you're open to more info and I'll message you. Go ahead and tag myself, Nick, and your upline leadership and we'll do our best to comment hello. Step 2, make your list. You see, for you to go Rising Star by referring your first 3 promoters, you're going to want to have at least 25 people on your list. So let me give you a few categories that might help you jog your memory of people that you know. As I say these categories, write down the names that come to your mind right now. Who are some people you know that are interested in making some more money? How about some individuals that are hungry, motivated, driven? Write down those names. Or how about any teachers, coaches, or pastors, or any other community leaders you may know? How about any retired military? They tend to do very well in this style of marketing. How about individuals that are already entrepreneurs, or maybe they want to become entrepreneurs? Write down those names. Now, I'll give you a secret to going faster in this style of business. The word is influence. So who are some influencers you may know? Social media influencers, community influencers, people that just have influence in their social circle. And lastly, who are some people you know that already have a side gig, or maybe they want or need a side gig? Keep in mind that the larger the list you have, the more confidence you're going to have. Now in a minute, I'm going to show you how you can use our Liv Prospector mobile app to expand your list beyond 25. But right now, I want to make sure you have at least 25 people to talk to about your Liv business. So write down those names right now. For step 3, we're going to take the list that we just created and we're going to dump it through a funnel designed to filter people out and determine who has an interest in joining our movement. We use a really simple acronym, TIP, which stands for Tool, Invite, Present. Repeat it with me, Tool, Invite, Present. Let's talk about Tool. Tools are simply short marketing pieces designed to generate interest so a person wants to watch the full presentation. It's just a taste. It's a teaser so someone wants more info. Look at it like you want to get someone to see a full movie. What are you going to show them? You're going to show them a preview or a trailer, a short marketing piece designed to get them to want to see the full film. Let me ask you this, what would happen if you showed them the entire movie at the beginning? Well, then there wouldn't be any reason to go see the film. Keep that in mind as you're sharing the tools. When it comes to tools, less is more. Let the tools do the talking for you. Give them a little bit so they want to watch the entire presentation. So here's a few examples of effective tools. First and foremost, your promoter website. As a promoter, you have your own customized website at your username.timetoliv.com. On the top of that website is a 3-minute trailer that does amazing in giving somebody a little bit before the presentation. You should also check out our Liv Community Facebook page, where we often use Facebook Live to share Liv snapshots that make great introduction tools. And I also recommend ask your upline leadership team. They may be able to share some team tools that are working effectively for them. For other digital tools, check out the Liv Pro Prospector app and r2r.meetliv.com. And for physical tools, merchandise, and apparel, check out livstore.com. So after we've taken somebody from our list and shared with them at least one tool, we got to follow up and invite them to the upcoming presentation. Now, while sharing tools may have happened via text message or messenger or social media, when it comes to the invitation, we recommend having a conversation. Pick up the phone or have an in-person conversation to increase the importance of what Liv means to you. Now, you can invite personally to the presentation, or we strongly recommend that you use a third party. So arrange a 3-way call to introduce your prospect with one of your upline leadership team and let them do the invitation for you. You see, most relationships are rooted in trust. So by you simply talking highly about somebody else, you create a respect level between your prospect and that upline leader. So when they commit to showing up, well, the odds of them showing up go up. So now that we've gone through the tools and the invitation, P stands for present. Now when it comes to overview presentations, they can be personal, where it's just you inviting your personal guests. This is the primary way this business is built. Or they can be public, which is a group of promoters promoting into a single presentation. Now these presentations can happen virtually via a Zoom or a webinar or even a Facebook Live or in a Facebook group, or they can happen in person, a two-on-one or one-on-one or a group setting. You can find the overview slides, a recorded video presentation, and all the resources you need at overview.meetliv.com. People often ask me, hey Blake, what presentation is the best? My answer, the one you will actually do. So I gotta ask, what personal presentation is best for you? A personal virtual presentation or a personal in-person presentation? So now that we understand tip, tool, invite, present, let me tie all this together and give you an example of just how this conversation might go for you. Let's start by taking somebody off our list and reaching out to them. I might say something like, hey, I just found out about a great platform to turn my bucket list into a live list. I'm helping pre-launch it now. You have to hear about it. And maybe I send them my promoter website, username.timetolive.com. Now after they've had a chance to review the tool, what do we gotta do? We gotta follow up. Here's some words that we know work. Hey, what did you like best about what you saw? Notice my language here is very intentional. What did you like best? I did not say, hey, what do you think? Generally, people think negatively about everything. But if you ask, hey, what do you like best? You're gonna get a positive response. And then simply say, great, are you open to learning more? Notice that powerful word, open. People don't like to be closed-minded. So if you ask, hey, are you open to learning more? 9 times out of 10, they're gonna say yes. What are we gonna do after we follow up? Well, we gotta move to I, invite. Now I'm gonna remind you, you can invite directly, or you can take our strong recommendation and use third party. If you use third party, it might sound something like this. Hey, I wanna connect you to the person who shared this with me. They understand it a lot better than I do, and I'm really enjoying working with them. If I can get them to spare 5 minutes, I'd love to introduce you to. And if you choose to invite personally, it might sound something like, hey, there happens to be a presentation coming up. I'm only inviting a few people and would love to have you there. Hey, can you join me for 30 to 60 minutes on this day and this time? Now, people often ask me, but Blake, what happens if they ask questions? Let me remind you of the whole point. Your job is just to get someone to want more information. I didn't say you have to give it to them. So if somebody asks a question, what do they want? They want more info. Your job is done. Mission accomplished. So if someone asks a question, you might reply simply, hey, sounds like you're looking for some more information. Great, and now move to the invitation process. Hey, there happens to be a presentation coming up on this day and this time. Or maybe you reply, hey, great question. I want to connect you to the person who shared this with me. They know a lot more than I do, and move to the three-way call. So now having heard all of that, let me ask you a question. Can you do this? No, really, can you do this? Let me ask you another question. Who else do you think can do this? You see, the answer is anybody and everybody, and that's why this system works. Step 4, time to schedule your personal presentation. Right now, I want you to decide, when is your personal presentation going to be? Pick a day, pick a time, and decide, is it going to be a personal virtual presentation or a personal in-person presentation? Once you have that date and time scheduled, get with your upline leadership and schedule what we call a tip hour, where they can get together with you for about an hour and help you contact those 25 people that are on your list, put them through the tools, help you invite to make sure you have a successful presentation. Warning, 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 this is your next step. If you don't schedule your personal presentation, well then you don't have anything to invite your list into, and the odds of you going rising star are going to go down. So I want you right now to take out your calendar, select a day and a time, book that tip hour so we can get you moving toward rising star. So with everything we've covered so far, I hope you feel that you can do it with resources you already have. But I also got to let you know, at Liv, we value innovation. And I want to invite you to use a very cool and cutting edge tool we have designed that comes with your Liv Pro subscription. We call it Prospector, and it takes the entire system I just taught you and makes it even more simple and even more fun. So if you want, follow these steps to take advantage of this cutting-edge tool. Simply download the Liv Pro app from the Apple or Android store. Log in and update the settings to include your personal promoter website, username.timetolive.com. Then simply use the app to import all of your cell phone contacts right into this mobile marketing system. And depending on what type of phone you have, there might be a way to even pull all of your Facebook friends. After you've imported all of your contacts, you're going to want to sort them. This is helping you make your list. As the contacts appear in front of you, just decide if you want to skip them. They're unworkable, they're cold, or they're hot. Now here's a tip. I wouldn't put anybody cold until they tell you no, because you simply don't know who this is going to be for. So don't prejudge. So go through the list and decide who is your hot list. This is going to make list building simple, effective, efficient, and fun. Make it a game. Once you've created your list, begin contacting them and sharing tools. Right through the mobile prospector, you can send an SMS. You can make a phone call, send an email, add notes, and even schedule follow-ups, all right in the mobile application. And by clicking the share button, you can access an entire digital library of marketing tools and decide what tools you want to text or email with your contacts. And every time they click a link, you're going to get a push notification that that prospect is watching that tool, and all of the activity is tracked right on the mobile application. You got to admit, that's pretty cool technology, isn't it? Now, I would argue that Prospector alone is worth a $29 a month Liv Pro subscription, not counting all of the other reports, waiting room, and benefits of that monthly marketing system. But I want to remind you that as a new Liv promoter, you get 30 days for absolutely free. So log in and enjoy using Prospector. Step 5, register for our Live to Learn events. Now, the steps that I just gave you are designed to help you become a rising star. Now, many of you may have goals beyond rising star. Maybe you want to go to silver, gold, platinum, or beyond. And you might be wondering, where do I learn the next steps? Don't worry, we have a system in place for you. Starting with our Live to Learn local celebrations, where you can learn the fundamentals to grow your business, your mindset, your leadership, and your income. Plug into our regional and national festivals to increase your belief, grow your vision, connect with our community, and learn even more. Make sure you ask the person you're working with, when's the upcoming local, regional, and national festivals, reserve the date, and make sure you register today. And even though we're technically in pre-launch and don't even officially launch mainstream until April 2018, there are a lot of resources in place to help propel your Liv business. So let me give you a quick list of to-dos on your way to Rising Star. You're going to want to make sure you save your promoter ID, your username and password. Make sure you have all of the contact information of your upline leadership team and know your website. And here's some basic information to contact our promoter support. Take some time to install all of our mobile applications. Liv Pro, so you can take advantage of Prospector. Liv Local, WhatsApp and Zoom are also applications we tend to use within our team. Make sure you use your membership. Go decide what Liv List experience you want to pledge on. Get excited, look forward to it. Make sure you maximize your other membership privileges. Go save some money on Liv Local or have your Liv Assistant save you some time. And take advantage of that 30-day free trial of your Liv Pro access and that Prospector mobile application. Keep in mind that we come together every single Monday as a community for our Liv Live. This is your place to plug in and be in the know of what's going on across the entire Liv family. Those calls take place on Mondays, 6 o'clock Pacific and 9 o'clock Eastern. So there we have it, your pre-launch strategy. Now you have a vision of where we're going and a focus on your immediate next step to become a rising star over the next 30 days or sooner if you want to earn even more. And I gave you the 5 simple steps that if you follow will help get you there. And if you're wondering what comes next, it's really pretty simple. We're going to help the 3 people that you're going to refer, and we're going to put them through the exact same set of steps. And if all they do is do what you did to them to others, they can accomplish the exact same result. So after hearing all of this, I gotta ask, can you do this? And the real question, will you do this? You see, after going through this information, people pull me aside and they say, Blake, it sounds so simple, what's the catch? So I'm gonna give you the catch. What I just taught you, it's really simple to do, but it's also really simple not to do. And that decision is what makes the difference. You see, the system will work if you work the system. So follow the 5 steps and I look forward to celebrating you as one of our newest rising stars as we unite and create a movement of moments to inspire people to stop waiting and start living.